guys, my name is Manny or Mr. Ketos for those of you who don't know me. Um, I'm a college readiness advisor. So today um, I'm writing to you guys to um, just start working on the transition that we're doing, since a lot of the school as of now is on online instruction and online learning. I obviously it's just right that we're supporting you guys in the college readiness world as it evolves and as everything changes. So I'm gonna try to be doing 1 or 2 videos per week, just with updates of what schools, what colleges and what universities are doing. Since I do work at East Early College, I want to make sure that I cater to those students specifically first. But if you do need help or just additional resources, I'm definitely, you can find me through social media or through my work phone to ask questions, or through my email. My email will be on the description below. So just kind of, I'm here to help you and support you in any way that I can. We'll start with top 4 or 5 schools that my school has been accepted or have expressed interest. So we'll go over those updates first. But first, I do want to let you know that I will be available for video chat conferences Monday through Friday between 1 and 3. So at that point, I'll be definitely on my computer, ready to connect with anyone, video chat, if you have any questions, or if you need someone to talk to about college readiness or anything that's going on, if you need help submitting transcripts or anything like that. Definitely I can help a little bit with that, and then just answer any other questions or connect you to someone who might be able to give you the right answers or anything like that. I would like to request one-on-one meetings with a few of you seniors in the next couple of days, so be on the lookout for the email. Again, just for those who are still needing to submit documentation, who are steps away after being accepted and you kind of already know where you want to go and that kind of stuff, we can talk through that. I'll be using a personalized email account for these web chats, and the email is going to be on the description below. And then again, one of the things that I'm asking you is, of course, as this whole world is kind of changing into digital and virtual communication, I will ask you to be looking at your emails at least once or twice a week, to once or twice a day, to see if there are any updates or anything like that from the college or university that you're interested. And again, I'm still, all of you guys have my number, so I'm still available for a text or call. My hope is that you call me between 9 and 4 or 9 and 5 p.m. And my number is 713-965-7338. So we'll get started with some of the universities and updating them. And of course, if you have a question about your specific university, if I didn't list it below, is because there hasn't been a lot of interest perhaps, or a lot of the traffic of students that have been admitted or accepted and they're planning on going there. So this is more of the general side of it, but we'll be narrowing down for sure. So we'll start with the University of Houston. I'll put right here who your contact information is, but her name is Maria-Cristina Gavilan. So their updates is that all of the events have been closed through April 30th. So no Cougar Days, none of those check it out weekends or anything like that. Everything has been closed through April 30th. However, I do want to ask you to look at the virtual tours that they have and virtual programs to continue to see if it's the right fit for you. Nothing has really been said about orientation, just because it's still in June. It's a little bit down the line. So as of right now, nothing has been said. So just make sure that you're registered and that you're good to go. Try to register for the closest one, and we'll get through that. If you need to turn in any documents, you go into my UH login. And if you have any questions about financial aid or anything like that, the number to call is 713-743-9098, and the option is 5. So as of U of H, that's kind of what we have right now. So with UHD, I reached out to the admissions counselor. So hopefully in the next video, I will be able to give you a little bit more info as to what's going on. However, if you need to turn in documentations, again, you can email them, and I'll put her information here so you can get in contact with them and things like that. So I do want to talk about UTRGV because we do have quite a few interested students from there. So as you know, your admissions counselor is Ruby Rodriguez, and again, I'll put everything down below. So I'll take a little bit of time on this just because she's the one that's reached out and we kind of have a game plan going. So virtual orientation will be going live through the month of April. If you're a senior at East Early and are set to graduate with your associate, there's no reason why you shouldn't register for April 3rd or April 4th. If you're not seeing that date in your account, it's because they probably have not received or processed your HCC transcript. So you need to email that to me, and then I'll forward to Ruby, make sure that that is set, and then you'll be able to register for online orientation for April 3rd. So there are steps, of course, because of everything that's going on, the orientation itself is changing completely. So what's going to happen is that anyone who was ready, who had already registered for orientation, will receive an email. You will schedule your academic advising session. So an academic advising session, for those of you who don't know, is where you talk to the advisor about your classes, your major, that's what you want to do, what you want to do after you graduate with that major, and kind of just find the best fit program for you. So if you're a morning person, afternoon person, an evening person, so what kind of classes you want to go into. After you register for the academic session and the day comes and you actually have the session, then 24 to 48 hours after that, you will receive some tasks that you have to complete. After you complete those tasks, then you receive an email where you can register for virtual orientation. And at that point, you'll actually be registering for classes. The orientation will be via Skype or Zoom. This is for the month of April. So those of you guys who register for April definitely want to get that going. So be looking at your email every single day to make sure that you receive that. The orientation will be via Skype or Zoom, and that's going to be classroom style. So it'll be 10 to 15 of you guys sitting there and talking to Ruby, and just there will be a recruiter, an orientation leader, and academic advising. So we will ask questions or answer anything like that. When it comes to, again, if you need to train documentation, please do so as soon as possible. For any financial aid verification documents, meningitis records, or any sort of transcripts that you need to turn in, whether those are the high school transcripts, which I have access to, or the HCC transcripts, which those are going to be on the Eagle account. One thing that I wanted to say about UTRGV is that their tuition advantage has increased. So before it used to be for anyone who makes $65,000 or less, $75,000 or less, I apologize. But now it's for those of you who make $95,000 or less who will be able to qualify for the UTRGV tuition advantage, which that means that all of your tuition and fees will be waived. All you really have to cover is housing and meals. So that is UTRGV. We'll go ahead and move on to Texas Tech. Again, I'll put the information of the counselor for Texas Tech. So with that school, what I basically want to say is that you sign up for housing. Make sure you're doing that as soon as possible, and you're registering your vehicle parking pass. If you will be driving to Texas Tech, you need to make sure that you have that going before school begins. So also you will register for orientation, and that is how you're going to be committing to the school, registering for orientation. If it's available, online register for the first one and complete it. So from what I know is that there's already a few orientations that were set for April, so it's going to follow the same thing as the other university, which is that it's going to be an online orientation. So make sure that you're looking at your emails and turning in everything that you have to. So same thing with your academic advisor at orientation. You will be able to go over classes and your major, kind of figure out what you want to do and how they can help you get it done. So please turn all that in as soon as possible, and if you need any help, don't hesitate to let me know. The other school that I have is Texas A&M University. Same thing. I will put their information here below. So for that, make sure that you're turning any missing documents such as financial aid verification, forms, meningitis records, or any other outstanding documentation that you may need. Make sure that you're logging in into the Howdy website and you're turning in everything via the portal. So on the portal, there's a checklist that you have to complete. Make sure that you're logging in and completing everything as it is registered. So same thing, register for housing. It's filling up fast. So we want to make sure that you get one of your top choices. So if you're looking into more affordable housing, you want to make sure you get that going. You will accept your offer to A&M University by registering for new student conference at Howdy via the application. So after you are done with all those tasks, you will be able to register for orientation. That's kind of your commitment to going to the school. So those are the only schools that I have as of right now. If you have any questions about your specific university, please let me know, and I can definitely do a little bit of the research so that I can help. So this time I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, but again, I'm here to answer or help in any way that I can in this time of uncertainty. I want to make sure that you guys know that I'm still here for you, to hear you out, to listen to you. If you are having trouble connecting to Wi-Fi or need a laptop or anything like that, please let me know so I can let Ms. Square know, and we can work on making sure that you are set up for success. And I want to make sure that we finish strong and that we continue working on the future and the different things that you want to get done and do. So at this point, I'm heading out. I will see you around. Definitely please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Bye guys.